So the only person I have here is McDowell.
That's a plea. The state is looking at merging account or two, but that is a plea. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor.
No, sir.
Does anybody need to talk to O'Connor?
I do.
And I have
Colleagues
colleagues
who
who I can go
who I need to speak with.
through. They're coming around.
Good morning, can you guys hear me?
At ACDC, I could go into.
April.
Okay,
Good morning, can you hear me?
But try Judge again.
You can hear me, Casey, but,
I can.
okay.
They're coming around.
Good morning, can you guys hear me?
At ACDC, I could go into.
April.
Okay,
good morning, Judge Morrow, and Happy New Year to you.
Good morning, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can, but it sounds a little like you're far away.
Right, for some reason, the sound of the courtroom is not working at the, here, so I guess I'll try to speak up. So we get that resolved maybe.
I do have a quick announcement for Oconee County Jail. If they can, give us their contact number so the attorneys can reach them to talk to their client.
Yes, ma'am. Give me one moment. I'll provide that to you.
Thank you. Abden.
All right, ma'am, are you ready to take down the number?
Yes, I'm ready.
It is 706-769-3930.
706-769-3930.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
No problem.
Where would you all like to start today?
At ACDC, Your Honor, with the probation revocation calendar. Position 12 on the regular SAP calendar, Ms. McDowell.
It's 12 and 13.
And, good morning, Mr. Payne, this is gonna be a plea this morning. Can you hear me, Mr. McLean?
Good morning, Your Honor. The audio from the bench is bad today. I'm gonna need, a little bit of volume, but I think we can make it out.
Okay, thank you. I'm not sure what's happening with the, from the, but I'll try to talk loud so that you can hear me. Let me know if you can, okay? And this is going to be a plea, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. The state was considering prior to court, the state was going to consider whether to merge a count or two. And they were going to put that in chat, which they probably just did because I see a chat. I see a red one on the chat thing. Okay, count 3 will merge into count 2. Great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, and can you hear me, Ms. McDowell? Ms. McDowell of ACDC?
That is Ms. McDowell at ACDC. Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, good morning, Ms. McDowell. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the
Good
same
morning.
calendar. Good morning, ma'am, that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video? Did you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, sir.
We're doing this by video. Is that okay with you? Did you hear my question? Ms. McDowell?
Oh, I didn't know if he was talking to me.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. It's okay.
Okay, all right. Can you raise your right hand?
I can hear you.
Okay, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes,
All
yes,
right,
sir.
you can put your hands down. Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Falk.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is a simple battery against a public school employee. The state's recommendation on count 1 is 12 months probation, serve 42 days, credit for time served 21 days. That's going to be from September 27th to September 7th to September 9th of 2021, August 10th to August 12th of 2023, and December 19th of 2023 until today. The balance will be probated. There will be 40 hours of community service, no further contact with Danielle Herbert, stay away from South Atlanta High School at 800 Hutchins Road, Southeast in Atlanta. Count 2, the affray count will be 12 months probation to run concurrent with count 1. And count 3, the disrupting public school, will merge into count 2. So that will just be a total of 12 months probation with the time served. And then she will have the no further contact, 40 hours of community service, and stay away from the high school. And that will be all. The state would ask the defense to stipulate as to venue, factual basis, and identification for the purposes of the plea.
We do so stipulate.
Anything further, Mr. McLean?
Nothing further, Your Honor. I might mention to Ms. Allen that I did talk to the mother and the grandmother, and they have the 132 Mitchell address. And we'll submit that information.
Okay. Ms. McDowell, it's my understanding that case 21 CR 004750H, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery against the public school system employee and affray. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with this representation?
Yes, sir. I heard her.
You understand that you have the right to a trial by jury on these charges, and if by pleading guilty to them, you've given up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir. I heard.
Anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
You plead guilty, ma'am?
Can you please repeat what you said?
Yes. Has anyone forced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Good morning, Judge Morrow. I just wanted to let you know the computer at the courtroom 2 went out. So they're fixing it. We'll be back shortly. Sorry.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Atkins. Good morning. I'll just hold it for you.
Thank you.
Good morning. Can I say something?
Okay, I'm in the middle of, do you have something to say on Ms. McDowell's case? Ma'am, I'm not sure who you are.
I'm Star's mother.
Okay, so she is, I'm in the middle of completing a plea on this. What do you need to say about this, ma'am?
Okay.
Okay, do you have something that you need to say to the court? What's your name, ma'am?
My name is August McDowell.
Okay, raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what did you want to say?
I honestly just wanted to thank you And thank the public defender and the court for giving my baby another chance. And I promise to do whatever I can to make sure she do the right thing. And that's all. I just really want to say thank you so much because this has took a lot of stress off me.
Okay, you're welcome, ma'am. Thank you for being here this morning.
Okay.
All right, so I will accept the plea as negotiated. Once you complete the term of probation, Ms. McDowell, it will go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get the terms done, the sooner you won't have to be on reporting probation, okay?
Okay, yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you. You too. Have a good day.
You have a good day too. Thank you. Let me see if we can get someone from IT. Please.
Yes, I'll, email Shanika.
Okay, where are we going next?
And Your Honor, just to make sure, because I got a little bit lost when we got interrupted. Was Your Honor able to finish the plea colloquy?
Yes, I did. I was right, I was right about to say that I was going to accept the plea. The mother jumped in, so.
Okay, great. I went ahead and sent the null pros on position 12, which is Ms. McDowell's FTA. I went ahead and sent that to Ms. Strong. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'll get that signed and
Or does it need to go to Ms. Champion?
Miss Champion.
All right, my bad. I will resend
That's okay.
that. Thank you.
Okay, all right. That's fine.
okay, who do we have next?
This is 17, Mr. Shanks.
Mr. Shanks is going to change his plea, Your Honor, to a guilty this morning.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Shanks. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that was conducted by video. Do you really have the case heard by video?
Yes.
Can you raise your right hand for me, sir? You swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, put your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Shanks. Ms. Clark?
Yes, Your Honor. This is on position 17, willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. The state's recommendation is 12 months probation, serve 34 days. That would be credit for time served 17 days, which would be from December 16th of 2023. We're also asking for a $300 fine, 40 hours of community service, and a stay away from the sit-go at 2048 Stanton Road in East Point. The state will ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification for the purposes of the plea.
We do so stipulate.
Anything further, Mr. McLean?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Shanks, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 008428A, you wish to plead guilty to willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer, is that correct?
Yes. Yeah, so, I mean, to be honest with you, Your Honor, yeah, I did.
Hold on, Mr. Shanks, you have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say can be used against you. So I want you to talk to Mr. McLean first if you have some questions or if you want to address the court. Mr. McLean, do you want him to address me?
Your Honor, if we could go on mute for a moment.
Okay. Any problems with this computer?
Thank you. We're back, Your Honor.
So I guess my last question was, Mr. Shanks, it's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer, is that correct?
Yes,
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
no,
You've been represented by counsel, are you satisfied with his representation?
yes,
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and if by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
yes.
Has anyone forced you to plead guilty? Is that a no?
No, ain't nobody forcing me.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Shank. Let's see. As soon as you do the 40 hours of community service and pay the $300 fine, I will have the probation go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get that done, the sooner you won't have to report the probation, and the sooner that you won't have to pay those fees, okay?
All right,
You understand that you can't go back to that sit-go on Stanton Road, right?
yes,
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Shank.
all right, thank you.
Next is position number 9, Mr. Weidman, the jail iPhone.
Is Ms. Alvin back with us? Is this her case?
That's mine, Your Honor. Let me flip to that. Your Honor, Mr. Weideman is not going to be able to participate in court today. I'll probably end up filling out a form to make a referral. If competency court could consider having him seen in that venue.
So you'd like to reset the competency calendar?
Yes, Your Honor.
We have a calendar that we can put, Mr. Gregory on?
Would Ms. McLean like it 2 weeks out or a month out?
2 weeks, Mr. McLean?
2 weeks we'll have to do, I mean, the sooner the better, yes. We just met yesterday, but it's not a close case.
For 2 weeks. Give me just a moment here. I'm gonna try to see if we can get this computer fixed. We'll reset, Mr. Gregory for 2 weeks, jail court, so
It will be January the 18th.
January 18th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Give me just a moment, please.
Ms. Falk, did you see my chat?
I did not, so let me just check that really quickly. Oh, okay, I did. Thank you.
Okay, but I have the
so-
one that you just sent.
Yeah,
so you-
that was the only one we have so far, so, but yes, I will do
Okay.
so going forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't look it up on the computer, don't know.
Guys, we can go to Oconee County Jail.
Judge is getting his computer looked at, so give him a minute.
Okay. The judges.
Deputy Lacy from Oconee County, who would you like to see first?
Just give us a second, please, because the judge is out.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, apparently we are not able to get it working right now, so let's just continue as we are. So who do we have next?
Donna, we have Oconee County. There are two probation violations, Judge. Their position 5, 6, 7, 8 is one individual, and 9 and 10 is the other individual, Judge.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Dodd. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge.
Let's see, who do we have it? Can Oconee Jail hear me?
Yes, sir, Your Honor, I can hear you.
Okay, who do we have there with me?
We have a Frankie Moan and a Derek Morris.
And is this?
We also have an Isaiah Brown.
Okay, is this Mr. Moan that I'm seeing on camera?
That's Mr. Morris.
Mr. Morris, we all swap real quick. Thank you. Here's Mr. Moan.
Oh, okay. Yes, good morning. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the probation revocation calendar that we're conducting by video. You agree to have the case heard by video? Yes. Is that a yes, Mr. Mullin?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Sorry about the volume. Who do we have on for probation this morning?
Your Honor, I just walked up. I am so sorry. I'm trying to figure out the defendant that's before you right now.
Hi, Ms. Allen. This is positions 5, 6, 7, and 8. Frankie Moan.
All right. I'm sorry. Thank you. All right. Mr. Monet has 2 cases with our office. On case number 22 CR 00182Y, the defendant failed to report to probation. He failed to complete anger management classes. And also on case number 23 CR 003672Y, he also failed to report to probation. He failed to complete anger management. So he had anger management requirement on both cases. Probation recommends that the defendant be allowed to continue on probation for both cases.
Judge, we're in agreement. I would just simply request the court to follow the recommendation to reinstate my client's probation and give him 30 days to sign up for anger management, Judge.
What's been the problem? Do we know, Mr. Haddad?
Honestly, Judge, I think it's an employment issue initially, but other than that, I mean, you know.
Okay. And Ms. Allen, how much longer does he have on probation?
He has, for Frankie Monet, for the first case, he has 157 days. So he has enough time on both cases to complete the requirements.
Okay. Mr. Monet, I'm going to accept the recommendation of probation, but I want you to start getting that anger management done within the first 30 days. If you don't do it, or if you don't report to probation, they're going to bring you back, and the next time they're probably going to ask that I withdraw the balance of the time, and you'll be sitting where you're sitting. So I'm going to give you the opportunity to get it done, but please go ahead and get it done, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Position number 10, Johnson, jail iPhone.
Okay, are we finished with the Oconee County Jail? Can we finish up with Oconee County first, so I can let them go?
Okay.
All right, who is this, Mr. Morris?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Morris. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the probation revocation calendar that was conducted by video. Do you agree to have the case heard by video?
Good morning.
Good morning. We're doing this by video. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Allen?
Mr. Morris, case number 23 CR 003853H. The defendant was required to report to probation, pay a probation supervision fee, as well as to complete 6 weeks of anger management classes. As of today, the defendant has failed to comply with the terms of probation. It's 239 days remaining on his case. At this time, probation recommends that the defendant be allowed to continue on probation and enroll in anger management classes within 30 days.
Mr. Haddad?
Your Honor, we are in agreement with the probation's recommendation. I explained to Mr. Morris just a few minutes ago that he needs to report to 132 Mitchell Street. I'm not sure exactly what day Mrs. Allen, what his instructions are. But that I would just ask the court to follow the recommendation of probation, Judge.
And do we know what the problem's been, Mr. Haddad?
Judge, I mean, it's not a legal excuse, frankly, that Mr. Morris stated to me that he was unsure as to he was either given the runaround or wrong direction as to where to take the classes. You know, again, that's what communicated to me. And I explained to him that once he reports to probation, probation will provide him with a list of providers or where he can get the anger management done.
All right. So
Also, Your Honor, my apologies. Mr. Morris is listed in our system as homeless. So can we get a contact information, some type of contact information, a phone number, so we won't run into the situation again with him?
does he have some contact information, Mr. Dodd?
I did not ask him about that, Judge, but I mean, if he can, I'm okay with him providing it on the air, or I can. I mean, the difficulty is he's in the Coney County Jail, and I did not actually physically see him for a probation violation. So if Mr. Morris is unmuted, if he can provide an address or a phone number to probation or the court, that's fine with me.
So I just got in from Philadelphia. I'm not from the state of Georgia. I ended up home because they lost my identification at the MARTA station. I haven't been able to find out where exactly any of the locations are. That's the reason why I couldn't report, because I just got here. I don't know where these places are at. I'm homeless. I don't have a phone, no contact address.
Okay, so Mr. Dodd, can we at least see if we can get Mr. Morris how to get in contact with Ms. Allen and make sure that that he knows where he needs to either call or go, so that he'll at least have the opportunity to get this completed.
Well, Mr. Morris, the address for probation is 132 Mitchell Street.
I have something on it where it's written down and the phone number.
I'll wait for you, Morris.
Okay.
All right, so if the Coney County Jail can write it down and give it to him, that would be appreciated. Okay, so I will reinstate you, Mr. Morris. I want you to make sure that you report to probation and start getting this anger management done in the next 30 days, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
You too.
And do we have anybody else here at the county jail?
Yes, Your Honor, we have Isaiah Brown.
Who's representing Mr. Brown?
It'll be number 5.
Have you had the opportunity to speak with him, Ms. Abden?
Yes, I do need to speak with him. I'm logged on. If I could just be put in a breakout room and I'll speak to him very quickly.
Okay, you're fine. So if we can put Ms. Abden's device and the county jail in the breakout room for us.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, so let's, I guess, go back to jail court iPhone.
Yes, Johnson, number 10.
Your Honor, that number 10 is a conflict, because when I talked to him, he pointed out that he had a conflict defender for another case or two that he had. And that means that there's no point in our even trying to get into his details. If we could point Mr. Murphy or Ms. Watson Cafe or Ms. McLeod or somebody.
All right, so it looks like we're going to have to reset Mr. Johnson recommendations for additional jail time. Would you like to reset it for next Tuesday? I guess if anybody has an objection to resetting it.
Your Honor, just out of curiosity, do we know who the conflict attorney is on his other cases?
Yes, it's somebody who's it's listed in Odyssey on the booking sheet.
Is it a Superior Court case, Mr. McLeod?
It is a Superior Court case.
Okay, so if we can get
But they don't, I mean, they don't come do our court, so.
Right. I didn't know if it was a Superior Court or State Court case. Your Honor, I know that Miss McLeod is scheduled to be here on Thursday and did confirm that she will be here on Thursday. However, if Your Honor would like to appoint someone else, that's fine. I just know that she will definitely be here on Thursday.
Okay, well, I'm happy to reset it for Thursday.
Thursday, okay?
All right, so
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, so we'll reset you, Mr. Johnson, till Thursday. We'll, contact, Mr. Howard, who is a public, who will hopefully be representing you. She'll contact you before that time. So we'll see you back on Thursday, sir. Who do we have next?
This is on the probation calendar, number 11, Richardson.
Good morning, Mr. Richardson. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the probation revocation calendar that we're completing by video. You agree to have the case heard by video?
You okay with us proceeding by video? Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, Mr. Richardson. Let's see, Ms. Allen.
Cornelius Richardson, case number 23 CR 001031E. The defendant was required to report to probation, pay a probation supervision fee, as well as complete anger management classes. The defendant failed to report to our office. He failed to pay the probation supervision fee, as well as he's failed to complete the anger management course. It's 261 days remaining on his case. Probation recommendation is to continue on probation and enroll in anger management within 30 days.
Yes, Mr. Dyer.
Thank you, Judge. On behalf of Mr. Richardson, I would ask, respectfully request the court to follow the probation's recommendation. My client has been in custody for 18 days, Judge. He reported to me the main issue with the anger management was initially that he did not have employment. Of course, it costs to enroll in those classes. He has worked at Chick-fil-A. He finally got a job. He was working at Chick-fil-A for 6 months, Judge. And of course, now that he's locked up, he lost his job. But primarily to answer the court's anticipated question is, I think it's monetary. I did talk to him about the importance of taking or enrolling in anger management, and he'll do what he'll have to do, Judge. But I would just respectfully request the court to reinstate his probation, give him some time to do the anger management, Judge.
Okay. I'll reinstate you, Mr. Richardson. I know that people go through issues, but if you don't report, if you just fall off, then you know at some point they're going to put a warrant out for you, and then you're going to be right back here. So if you stay in touch with people, let them know that you're having problems. They're more likely to work with you and understand. At least if you get to this point, they can say, well, he tried, but he was having this and that issue. So just don't go missing, okay? If something happens, let somebody know so that they can try to assist you, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I am going to reinstate you, Mr. Richardson. I'll give you 30 days to report the probation and to start knocking out this anger management so you can get it behind you, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Good luck to you, sir.
This is still on the probation calendar, 1 and 2, Elliott.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Elliott. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the probation revocation calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
I do.
Thank you. Let's see, Ms. Allen.
Mr. Elliott, case number 22 CR 002365J. The defendant was required to report to probation, pay probation supervision fees, as well as complete domestic violence counseling. At this time, probation recommends the defendant be given credit for time served. He's been in custody since it looks like, for some reason they have 419. I don't think that's correct though.
Your Honor, I can address that issue.
Okay, Mr. Dodd.
Thank you. First of all, Judge, I would ask the court to just close out his case. Mr. Elliott has been in custody since January the 26th of 2023 here in Fulton County on a felony charge of aggravated battery. he entered a plea in December to drug court, or something along those lines, Judge. I've not been able to determine exactly, but that's why he's been in custody for a whole year. Once he's resolved this probation violation, Judge, when I get back to the office, I'm gonna follow up and find out what the status is with the drug court program, but that's why he relayed to me that it was, but he has been sentenced to a 4 to serve 1 time served on the felony charge. That's on Odyssey. There's mention somewhere on there drug court, but I did not see it on the sentence sheet. So that's why I'm waffling as far as drug court or not, but he has been in custody for close to a year now, Judge.
Yes. All right, time served. Good luck to you, Mr. Elliott.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Judge. And, I'm sorry.
Bill iPhone?
Judge, may I address just for position number 3 and 4 on the probation violation, Judge? I believe I heard that she was transferred to the poorhouse. I'm not sure what we're gonna do with her. I want to see if at all possible if I can waive her presence in light of the probation's recommendation, but I understand if the court cannot do so, Judge.
Where is Ms. Lovelace?
So I think somebody from ACDC mentioned that she was taken to the downtown.
Why would she be? Does she have another?
She has downtown court, Judge.
Okay. What court would that be? I'm sorry.
Judge, I mean, when I looked on Odyssey, and I went and spoke to her yesterday, I'm not aware of any other case that she has other than the probation violation that's on the calendar today. So I don't know if it's a mistake. You know, she doesn't show that she has any other open cases other than this particular case, Judge. So,
But you haven't spoken with, have you spoken with her?
yes, I went and saw her yesterday, Judge, at the jail. I went over the petition with her. We discussed the case. I informed her that probation is recommending reinstating and for her to sign up to DVIP or FVIP within 30 days. She was completely fine with that, Judge. I would just ask if at all possible, if I can waive her presence. That means she gets out today. If not, then we'll have to reset it for Thursday. But that was my request. That was going to be my request, Judge.
And Ms. Allen, are you recommending reinstatement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is this the first time that she's been before the court on a probation revocation on this charge?
Yes. Yes. And it's 291 days remaining on her case.
And I've went over the address with Ms. Lovelace. I instructed her that she needs to report to probation, obviously, once she gets out, as soon as she gets out, to complete or to start the program, the classes, Judge. You know, and I did that yesterday.
I don't want anyone in jail as long as they have to be. And apparently there's some snafu this morning with Ms. Lovelace, since the recommendation is reinstatement. I'll allow her to be reinstated. If you will just explain to her when you speak with her the terms and that she needs to get it done and that comes back before us, that there might be more severe consequences.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you so much.
Do you have anything further, Ms. Allen?
No, Your Honor, that concludes my business. Can I make sure the public defender's office send over the petitions as soon as possible?
And Mrs. Allen, I emailed Officer Allison, I think, yesterday on 3 of the petitions. For the remaining 2 from Oconee, would you like me to send them to you or to Probation Officer Allison?
You can send them to me. She's out today.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have another Oconee.
And do number 16 now?
And let's do the, since they've been waiting for me, the jail court's iPhone. What are we doing, Mr. Robinson?
Mr. Robinson, Your Honor, is a not guilty. Bond is moot. So this would just be me waiving the reading of the accusation and the court telling him to watch out for his court date and what the maximum punishment is.
Can you hear me, Mr. Robinson?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Raise your right hand for me.
Sir?
Can you raise your right hand for me? Swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Can you repeat that again?
Sure. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Robinson, you have been charged in case 23 CR 007024C with simple battery. This charge carries with it a maximum penalty of 12 months in jail and to a $1,000 fine. My understanding, Mr. McLean, that you waived formal reading of the accusation, is that right?
That's
Yes,
correct, Your Honor. We have a copy of it and we have read it.
How do you feel, Mr. Robinson, guilty or not guilty? How do you plead to the charge, Mr. Robinson, guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
To record your not guilty plea, your case will be returned to the division judge and you'll get notification of your next hearing date. Good luck to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, the state just wants to point out to the court that the state's recommendation on this was 60 days jail, credit for time served 2 days because he received a signature bond. So the only credit he could get on this was up to the date of his signature bond. He is still in jail on a different case. However, I just want the court to know the state is withdrawing that offer, which means any time that he's serving on this additional case will not go to the credit he would have gotten on the simple battery had he taken the plea today.
He understands. We already discussed that at the visitation.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Good luck to you, Mr. Robinson. Okay, you want to go back to the Oconee County Jail now? You've had an opportunity to speak with your client, Ms. Abden?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, and remind me again who this is, I'm sorry.
It is position number 5, Mr. Brown.
And what are we doing with Mr. Brown today?
We're just gonna ask for a reset, Judge. He has a felony matter. We just want to confirm that pleading won't negatively impact the felony case.
Would you like the case to be reset until?
We could do Thursday or next Tuesday.
What's your pleasure, Ms. Abden?
Next Tuesday would probably be best.
Okay, so we'll reset him, I think that's the 9th.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
So 1/9. We'll see you back next week, Mr. Brown. Can you hear me, Mr. Brown?
I apologize. Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll see you back next week, sir, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Who do we have next?
This is number 8, Mr. Davis, John.
What are we doing, Mr. Davis today?
He's gonna plead not guilty, Your Honor.
Let me know when you're ready for me.
So yeah, not guilty, Your Honor, and we do not need to be heard on bond. It's my understanding there's a signature bond on this already. He's just being held on a probation violation matter.
Would you like me to arraign him this morning, or are you gonna file a waiver?
Would you like him to read you the charges, or do you want me to waive it? Do you want him to read you the charges? Waive it. Okay, he would like to have an arraignment, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Davis. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you raise your right hand for me, Mr. Davis? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
And you can place your hand down. Thank you, sir. You've been charged in case 23CR007009C with simple battery. This charge carries with it a maximum penalty of 12 months in jail and/or $1,000 fine. You waive formal reading of the accusation, Ms. Abbott?
Yes.
How do you plead, Mr. Davis? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
We'll record your not guilty plea. Your case will be returned to the division judge, and you'll get notification of your next hearing date. Ms. Walker, anything further?
Yes, Your Honor, the state revokes our previous recommendation, which was 90 days, credit for time served 2 days. Mr. Davis is in the same posture as the other defendant we just addressed, where he received a signature bond, so he will not receive any credit for the time he is currently serving. If he would have taken the plea today, he would have received credit for the time he's currently serving on the probation revocation.
Okay, thank you. Good luck to you, Mr. Davis.
Position number 18, Sinclair on the jail iPhone.
18. Well, I'm assuming it's yours.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Okay, the plea.
Sinclair, that is, Your Honor.
Okay. Can you hear me okay, Mr. Sinclair? Sinclair, can you hear me?
Judge, repeat yourself, he couldn't hardly hear you.
That's what I'm asking. Can you hear me, Mr. Sinclair?
Can you hear?
I don't understand what she's saying.
He's asking, can you hear him?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know what you're saying, but I can hear you.
Well, then you must not be able to hear me if you don't understand what I'm saying. I need to make sure that he can hear me. Can you hear me now, Mr. Sinclair?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you raise your right hand for me?
Right hand.
Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
What?
Do you swear to tell the truth?
Yeah.
Okay. Ms. Falk?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation on this case is 4 days, serve 2 days. That's going to be from October 15th to October 16th of 2023. So this would be a time served plea. He is currently in jail on other charges.
Blaine?
For the purposes of this plea today, Your Honor, we would like to stipulate to venue, identification, and factual basis.
Mr. Sinclair, can you hear me? Mr. Sinclair?
Say it again.
Yes, can you hear him?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I heard him.
Okay. My understanding that you want to plead guilty to criminal trespass, is that right?
Say it again.
Want to be guilty to criminal trespass.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've been charged in case 23CR006240C with criminal trespass. You wish to plead guilty to that?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
Say it again.
Who's ever there with him, can you repeat my question to him? He seems to be having difficulty here. I want to make sure that he knows what I'm saying. Is he under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
Oh, no.
Is there somebody there that can ask him my question? Otherwise, we're gonna have to go to somebody else and come back at a later time.
Look, man, look at what? I can't hear what you're saying.
Who's with him there on the iPhone? Would you mind, can you hear me okay?
Judge, he walked off.
Oh, okay, all right, so I guess he'll have to be reset, thank you.
All right.
When would you like to reset him until, Mr. McLean?
Thursday, Your Honor, if possible.
4. Who do we have next?
Number 2, Argelis.
What's the announcement?
Not guilty, need to be heard on bond, Your Honor.
Does he need to be arraigned or are you gonna file a waiver?
Pardon?
Do you want him to arraign you or do you want me to waive the arraignment? It's just him reading you your rights and stuff. Up to you. He would like to be arraigned, Your Honor.
Okay,
Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Cervantes. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have the case heard by video?
Pardon?
We're doing this by video. Is that okay with you?
If I'm on video? Is that okay with me? Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, sir. You've been charged in case 22 CR 004529E with driving under the influence of alcohol, less state, possession of alcohol by a minor. These charges carry with them a maximum penalty of 12 months in jail and or $1,000 fine. Do you waive formal reading of the accusation, Ms. Abden?
Yes.
You plead so guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
We'll record your not guilty plea. The case will be returned to the division judge and you'll get notification. What's his current bond?
It is 2,000 on each charge, and it looks like it's a 5,000 on the FTA. That was the recommendation, or there might not be bond set.
What court date did he miss?
Your Honor, sorry. I didn't know that was, I thought that was directed to myself. I apologize, Ms. Abden. The defendant missed a September 12th, 2023 jury trial court date before Judge Morrison. A Rule nisi was issued on September 22nd of 2023, and the bond surrender was filed December 19th of 2023. We're asking that this case be returned to Judge Morrison's courtroom. The Rule nisi stated that there's a date on January 24th, 2024 at 2 p.m. in courtroom 2F for a final judgment.
Ms. Abden, normal procedure is that if a division judge has issued a bond for missing one of their court dates, that I return it to that division judge. So I'll return his case to Judge Morrison, and she'll determine whether she'd like to modify her bond.
Okay, thank you.
In Your Honor, the state would revoke our recommendation, which was 12 months served, 36 days, credit for time served, 18 days, with the standard provisions of DUI, ADET, DUI risk reduction, victim impact panel, and 40 hours of community service.
Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Number 15, Noel.
He's also number 14, Judge.
This is going to be a negotiated plea.
Yes, Your Honor, if I understand the wording of the offer, because he has more than 183 days of jail credit, this will essentially be time served as the jail portion of the sentence. I believe that's correct, is it not? Yes. Okay.
That is correct.
Thank you.
He was also number 14.
Let's see, Mr. Noel, good morning. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
You can say it again?
Yes.
Yeah.
By video, is that okay with you?
Yes.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, Ms. Clark.
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation on this case is Sorry, I lost my place briefly. It's going to be on the possession of a pistol or revolver by an 18-year-old, 12 months to serve. Credit for time served, 197 days, which will close out his jail time. That's going to be from September 15th to September 16th of 2021 and June 22nd of 2023 until today. Count 2, which is the criminal trespass, we are requesting 12 months probation to run consecutive to count 1, 40 hours of community service. The defendant shall possess no firearms and stay away from all MARTA stations. So that would just leave him with that 12 months probation to serve with the 40 hours community service, the no firearms condition, and the stay away order. The state would ask the defense to stipulate to the venue factual basis and identification for the purposes of the plea, and we will, as a part of this plea negotiation, be null prosing the FTA.
We do so stipulate. Now, we understand the 12 months probation because on count 1, it is already served. Does the state feel strongly about a period of time after which, perhaps once he's done the 40 hours of community service, could he go to non-reporting?
The state does not agree to non-reporting based on his previous history.
He can live with the state's position. We discussed that.
Okay, anything further before I take the plea?
I'm sorry.
Nothing for the state, Your Honor.
Anything further, Mr. McLean?
Nothing further, Your Honor, no.
Mr. Noel, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 004883, you wish to plead guilty to possession of a pistol or revolver by a person under 18 years of age and criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with this representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. So good luck to you, sir.
Thanks.
Number 11, Lowe.
Can you give this to no one else?
There'll be an arraignment and a modification request. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Lowe. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose counter that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have the case heard by video?
You're ready yet, but I'll ask
Raise
you.
your right hand for me.
Are you ready for interview?
The testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Put your hand down, sir. You've been charged in case 23 CR 008147G with criminal trespass, possession of a pistol or revolver by a person under 18 years of age, willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer, and reckless conduct. Each of these charges carries with it a maximum penalty of 12 months in jail and/or a $1,000 fine. Do you waive formal reading of the accusation, Mr. McLean?
We do.
How do you plead, Mr. Lowe? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
We will record your not guilty plea. Your case will be returned to the division judge, and you'll get notification of your next hearing date. What is the current bond?
Excuse me. I'm trying to flip to that, Your Honor.
While you're doing that, good morning, Ms. Jackson. Is there a history?
Morning, Your Honor. He does not have any prior adult arrest on file.
Do you know the current bond?
Your Honor, the current bond, he's being held in jail on this case only. It appears on the criminal trespass count. It is 1,000 surety. All these are surety bonds. 1,000 for criminal trespass, 5,000 for possession of a pistol or revolver by a person under 18. Willful obstruction carries the $1,000 surety bond, and reckless conduct carries the $1,000 surety bond. So that's a total of $8,000 on this misdemeanor. We're asking the court to consider either a signature bond, or if the court cannot see its way clear to that, to substantially lowering this $8,000 amount, at least cutting it in half so that the family can try to struggle with that financially.
Ms. Falk?
Yes, Your Honor. The state would like to point out that the defendant was previously arrested on October 27th of 2022 for theft by receiving stolen property, possession of a knife or firearm during commission of a crime, and possession of tools for the commission of a crime. So within about a year and a month and a half, this is his second offense that he has been arrested for that involves possession of a weapon. I will say that this incident happened December 19th of 2023. Officers received a call at 2909 Campbellton Road with an armed male running through the complex with a mask on. Security called and stated that a black male in all black with a black face mask was running through the complex with a rifle. Upon arrival of the officers, they saw the male that was described running behind building 1. They spotted him in the breezeway of the 22 building, heard a commotion upstairs on the top floor, spotted another male running out of the unit 22L pointing, and then saw the male who was in all black exiting out of the unit. They spoke to Mr. Dame, who was the resident of 22L, the building that the apartment that defendant was coming out of, who stated that the defendant entered his home through the open door without permission and sat down and refused to leave when asked. The male in all black, who was identified as the defendant, was seen with a rifle by security and by an officer. Although the rifle could not be located, they believed it had been ditched somewhere behind one of the buildings. Both the officer and the security guard did observe this defendant with a rifle in his hands fleeing before he entered the apartment of Mr. Dame without permission. And so that was the basis of the charges that this defendant now faces. Given the fact that he was just arrested, as I stated, about a year ago for possession of a firearm or a knife during commission of a felony, as well as the fact that he had theft by receiving charges is attached to that case as well, and this is his second case, we do have serious concerns about the danger to the community. The fact that he entered someone's apartment without permission. This person did not know him. He did not know this person. We feel that this defendant is both a danger to the community and a risk of reoffense. We are asking that the bond remain as set.
You know, I usually don't argue. I mean, of course, we're not trying the case here, but I just simply point out that there's a credibility problem. A rifle is not a small object. The police report says they believe that it states who says they saw a rifle, and then it says that he must have ditched it behind building 12, and the credibility of something like that is going to be at trial, Your Honor. The entering without permission, he's going to vigorously contest the case at trial and ask the court to consider lowering his bond as he is preparing for such.
Okay, well, I haven't heard anything that would change the situation of whoever gave him this bond in the first place. I mean, if I heard something from the mother, that he had a job, that he was in school, but I didn't hear any of that. So I'm not willing to change the bond if there are no circumstances that.
We had contacted family, but I believe they may not have been able. Of course, SAP is always really short notice.
His mother's here.
Oh, good. You need to put on your video, please.
I'm sorry. I'm trying.
Okay.
I'm trying to put on my video. Hold on.
Your Honor, he tells me his mother is visually impaired.
It won't press. They said they cannot do the video because the hostess didn't declare it.
I just started it.
There we go.
Okay. Right hand, ma'am. You swear from the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, place your hand down. State your name for me, please.
Catherine Lowe.
And yes, Ms. Love, what would you like to tell the court?
I'm sorry.
What would you like to tell them?
I want to tell the court that I'm financially unable to, get him out of jail with a high bond. And he's a great kid. I don't have any problems with him. I don't know about this the violation with him on other people's property, but he's a great kid. He is.
Does he work?
Does he work?
Yes.
No, he doesn't.
Okay. How far did he go in school?
He went to the 11th grade.
Okay.
How old is he?
He's 17.
How old?
17, I believe, Your Honor.
Okay, so he doesn't work and he doesn't go to school. What's he do?
What are you doing these days?
No, I'm asking her.
I'm sorry.
No.
He just stay at home with his grandmother.
No. What does he do on a day-to-day basis? If he's not in school and he's not working, what's he doing?
He stays at home with his grandmother. He help her around the house.
Anything else?
Hello?
Yes, I asked you, does he do anything else?
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. We appreciate you being here today. Anything further?
Also, Your Honor, he says he has looked into and he's trying to get a GED. I'm not saying he's enrolled in classes, but he has inquired.
I didn't set this bond, somebody else did. I don't see that any circumstances have changed since the bond was set. I'm gonna leave it where it is. Good luck to you all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Number 6, Andre Davis.
So this is going to be an arraignment, and a request for bond modification. Gavin,
Yes.
this is going to be an arraignment and a request for a bond modification.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, and, would you like to file a waiver or would you like me to arraign it?
We will file a waiver, Judge.
Okay. And I take it that he missed, Ms. Falk, missed someone's court date? You're on mute, Ms. Falk. Sorry.
Didn't realize I was muted. Yes, he has an FTA with a $4,000 surety bond. He missed court in Judge Edie's courtroom on 11/14/2023, and the bond was ordered forfeited. Additionally, he has a rearrest on 22 CP 210319, where he has aggravated assault, criminal damage to property in the second degree, and simple battery family violence charges. So for that reason, we would ask that this case be returned to Judge Edie to address that bond.
And Your Honor, I would like to be heard on bond. I understand he is being held on the felony, but his family is trying to make that bond. The bond on the felony is about $15,000. The bond on the FTA and this case totals to $7,000. So I was hoping to try to be heard on bond, to try to get that reduced so his family can have an easier time trying to bond him out, considering the fact he has a child and other obligations that I'd like to be heard on, Your Honor.
I'll give him that opportunity, but I won't do it here. I'll stick with how I normally handle these cases. Judge Edie issued that bond, so he can return to Judge Eve and seek that bond modification. Up to you, sir.
Thank you.
What do we have next?
And the state will revoke our recommendation on that case of 12 months probation, served 90 days, credit for time served 22 days.
Thank you, Ms. Clark. I'm sorry, Ms.
Position one.
Who we have next?
Position one.
Okay.
This is Mr. Atkins.
And this is going to be a arraignment and bond modification request. Is that correct, Ms. Abden?
Correct.
Would you like me to arraign him or would you like to file a waiver?
I will file a waiver.
Okay. And what is the current bond?
The current bond is $1,000 on each charge, making it a total of $2,000.
Jackson, can I get Mr. Atkins' history, please?
He has one prior cycle. The last arrest was August the 29th, 2023 in Peachtree City, Georgia, for criminal trespassing. There was no disposition for that arrest. And there are no convictions listed in the GCIC. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
Ms. Clark?
Yes, Your Honor. This incident happened November 26, 2023 at 7 Independence Place. Miss India Waters told the officer she had placed a temporary protection order against the defendant in Fulton County Superior Court. However, the defendant was evading service and was not able to be served with the TPO. On this date, November 26, she saw the defendant on her back porch at around 1:45 a.m. Through her doorbell camera, I believe. She was not at the residence at the time due to the defendant stalking her. She stated that he came in through the back gate, set up a tent with a tree and a teddy bear. Officers did confirm that the temporary protection order had been taken out by Ms. Waters, but had not yet been served on the defendant. And we had an opportunity at the time of this offense, well, after his arrest, to speak with Ms. Waters. Her statement to us was that she barely knows the defendant. They went on 2 quote unquote dates, which consisted of them walking around the neighborhood twice. She says they have never had a romantic relationship. He professed her love to him, and she told him she did not like him in that way. And she stated that after that, that's when the harassment started. He keeps showing up to her home, ringing her doorbell after midnight. He has damaged her property. She said on December 11th, he broke into her patio and changed her patio door lock. She has been unable to get that lock off of her door. She stated she has a ring video footage of all the times he has come onto her property, and she's in fear that the defendant will one day break into her home. She said that she was granted a default TPO against the defendant because he has purposely evaded being served. And I do have that case number. It's 2023 CV 389162. Ms. Waters is in extreme fear of this defendant and believes that he will kill her. And for that reason, the state asks that the very low bond of $2,000 remain as set, and with the conditions of stay away and no further contact with Ms. Waters.
Second.
Thank you, Judge. As for the allegation that he threatened her life, I do not believe that that is part of this case. This is, as you know, Judge, not an evidentiary hearing. As far as bond is concerned, my client has been in jail for about 10 days on this. He does not have anyone that can help him with bond at this time. He did give me some contact info for family, friends, but I was unable to reach them before today. And he is 31 years old. He has lived in Georgia since about 2001. He went to high school in Georgia here in, he went to Heritage in Newton. He has an address here in Georgia. and does have ties here. So he does have strong ties, and he understands his obligation to return to court as well as having a valid address here. So he's not a flight risk at this time. He also has barely any criminal history to speak of, Your Honor. And so he's not in significant danger of committing another felony. He tells me, without going too much into the facts, Your Honor, this was a misunderstanding, and he would abide by any no further contact restrictions that the court may impose for Ms. Waters. He has no intention of speaking with her, let alone threatening her in any way. He also he's also going to be speaking with a social worker from our office. This is MH related, and he will get connected. I already requested the social worker to speak with him. And so given all that, Your Honor, I am requesting that you consider granting him a signature bond. He will return to court and again, will abide by any no further contact or any restrictions that the court may impose.
What are you gonna have the social worker speak with them about?
So my understanding is that Kasha is on the line right now. I emailed her to try to do a phone call while he's right here. So maybe we can do that when after court or later today.
And Your Honor, I will point out that Your Honor is the one that signed this bond on December 19th, 2023. I'm not sure if Your Honor heard the same information that you've heard today, but the state would ask that the bond remain the same, as there appears to be no additional information that would contribute to any of the IALA factors that we explained at the first hearing changing for the purposes of reducing the bond.
And Your Honor, I mean, as you know, the purpose of bond is to ensure that he returns to court, that he's not a danger to anyone. And so as I've stated, this was a misunderstanding. He has no intention at all to speak with the complaining witness ever again. And again, would return to court, has an address here, and would abide by any restrictions the court will impose, and also will be speaking with the social worker.
Yeah, I have it.
We're not able to print that bond out, but apparently I issued it and.
Has no further contact with India Waters and a stay away. It was a $2,000 surety bond. No, I can't pull up my email.
So what I'd like to do, Ms. Evans, before I make, since I granted this bond, I'd like to hear from the social worker. What I'm willing to do is place it back on another SAP calendar where I am the judge on that calendar, so that I can hear directly. We have, as you know, issues in the courtroom with computers today. So, but what I will do, if you would like me to do, is I will place it on the next calendar where I am on the SAP calendar. I'm going to leave the bond where it is today. But if I can hear from the social worker, I'm willing to reconsider. Okay.
Okay.
So when we can reset him, because I don't know what my next date is, but I'll have Ms. Champion, who's with me, let you all know. And if you'd like for me to do that, I'm happy to do it.
Sorry, Judge, what was the last part?
If you would like for me to reset him to a date where I'm on the SAP calendar and can hear from the social worker, I'm happy to let you do that. I just can't give you a date right now because I'm not sure when my next SAP calendar is going to be, because of the situation we're having with computers.
Understood. Yeah, we would be agreeable to that, Judge. I just would like to add, though, that, you know, the bond, I understand the bond is low as is, but he really doesn't have anyone to help him. I'm speaking with a social worker, you know, he's open to that, and would still be able to do that if he's released. I have his contact information. And again, I mean, if we log off, I can have him speak with the social worker over the phone, and it sounds like he's agreeable to speaking with the social worker and abiding by whatever recommendation the social worker provides. So if we are able to get him a signature bond today, that would obviously be preferable, Your Honor, considering he has been in jail for over at least it's 10 days, give or take.
And Your Honor, I'm looking at the JO calendar and I'm seeing the 9th and the 11th as the next dates that you are in SAP.
Okay, so a week from today?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll see him back a week from today then, okay? I do want to hear from the social worker, and since I set this bond, I'm going to.
Understood.
Okay, so I'll
Thank
see you next week. All right, good luck to you, sir. I'll see you next week. Who do we have next?
CDD on courtroom 2, Judge Morrow.
Say it again, I'm sorry. We're done?
Yes, we're completed.
What about position 9? Did we reset it?
This afternoon?
Judge, there was position 9. It's Miss Gregory. It's my understanding she was maybe sent to felony. Is it downtown? If not, she was at ACDC. I just wanted to confirm. Sorry.
Yeah, she was in downtown court.
We confirm that. That's okay. All right.
Okay. So what we're gonna do with Ms. Gregory? I'm sorry.
I believe it was reset. I was just trying to determine what the date was and to confirm that she was in fact downtown. That's all.
Yes, Mr. McLean requested reset to the SAP competency calendar, 118.
Okay. All right, so if we're ready, we'll go over the morning calendar.
Okay.
What are we doing with position 19?
Position 19.
Position 19, what are we doing with position 19? Is this Mr. McLean's case?
Reset date.
Did you resend the competency?
Oh, yeah, that was the 18th, I believe, January 18th.
Competency?
Yes, Your Honor, January 18th competency.
Okay. So that's for position.
And position 4. Stephen Bowen?
That was a waiver.
Ah, okay, thank you.
And for that one, I'm not really sure if we can do anything about it, but it's my understanding he's only being held on a probation violation. They had a hearing last week and nothing is on Odyssey. So Ace, you called, I don't know if maybe you can connect me with somebody at the DA's office, or I don't know who handles those, but he should be released. He has a signature bond in our case.
I can reach out to the DA's office. I'm not sure who actually handles the probation violations there either, but I can reach out to them and see if anybody knows what's going on with that probation violation.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Not a problem.
Okay.
Position number 1 is going to be reset SAP 19. Position number 2 and 3 will be reset. Further notice, case was arraigned. Position number 4, waiver of arraignment, reset further notice. Position number 5 is going to be reset SAP 19. Position number 6 was waiver of arraignment, reset further notice. Position number 7 is the same announcement, reset further notice, waiver of arraignment. Position number 8, defendant was arraigned, reset further notice. Position number 9, reset SAP competency 118. Position number 10 is reset SAP 14. Position number 11 was arraigned, reset further notice. Position number 12 was a no pros. Position number 13 was a plea. Position number 14 was a plea. Position number 15 was a no pros. Position number 16 was arraigned, reset further notice. Position number 17 was a plea. Position number 18 was reset SAP 14. And position 19 was reset SAP 118. Any questions?
Yeah. Number 19, sorry, number 19 should have been the competencies, my understanding.
Right.
And number 9 should just be reset to the next SAP calendar. Yes. Because they're both downtown today.
And the next SAP calendar, 14 or 19?
For number 9, we can do 19. And competency would be whenever it is, I don't know.
I think the competency case was reset to 1/8/18, I believe.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Any other questions?
That's all. Thank you.
That's it.
All right, thank you all. We'll see you next time. Have a good-
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye,
2
everyone.
o'clock, Your Honor, 2 o'clock?
2 o'clock.
Thank you.
Myself to a better computer.
I've been.